tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation, along with Stan Van Gundy. Here are the starters for Houston. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Alperon Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's Brooks in at the 3. And for the Pelicans, they've got DeJounte Murray. Trey Murphy out there with Zion Williamson. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Messi in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Zion Williamson. That's his first foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Thompson outside. Brooks a screen on Williamson. Outside for Brooks. Thompson with a screen. There's the 3. And it's Brooks missing.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
And Williamson throws it down.
And giving them what they want, the incredible dunking ability of Zion on full display.
And now we'll go to Ali LaForce, who had a chance to visit with Willie Green.
We talked about how Alperon Şengün can act as a facilitator. The coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game. And if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
Great work, Ali. Thanks.
And the big X factor Van Vliet brings to the team is leadership. He's very talented at setting a good tone out on the floor and organizing his guys.
You know, Grant and Van Vliet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on the last-place team. But no wonder nothing seems to faze him.
Şengün, a screen on McCollum. Here's Van Vliet. Drops in the layup for 2.
Keeping the game simple. Van Vliet just working the defense and taking what he sees there.
McCollum, the pass to Murray. Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Here's Green. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. And about 2 minutes into the first quarter here. Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
Well, if you're going to let him get that close to the rim, that's what's going to happen. Leaving no room for error with the slam.
Murray with it. Van Vliet covering. Murray, no good.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
Thompson against Williamson. Thompson passes to Şengün. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Şengün's got his second basket of the night.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Yeah, such a creative finish. FVV in the open.
Murray passes to McCollum. Now here's Williamson. To win the run. Thompson pulls it in.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
And it's hammered home by Green.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And again, New Orleans no good. Houston leading by 7. Van Vliet scanning the floor. Drops in the 3. Van Vliet's got 9.
And early on, they've been on a tear, just getting whatever they want offensively.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly how you want to start a game, with a big offensive push.
Back to McCollum. 1:11 left to play in the first. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Ready to cash in. I like when McCollum looks to mix it up like this.
Van Vliet outside. Pass to Şengün. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. 6 points for him.
Man, that was fast. They're already up by double digits.
Yeah, incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Releases. Out to McCollum. Williamson left side. And he goes with the big dunk right over Alperen Şengün.
You know, at the offensive end, McCollum does a little of everything for you. I mean, that was a great pass.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Fires the three. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest. Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
Fred Van Vliet has been on display for the Rockets, hunting for opportunities, leading to 9. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
Well, a lot of times you'll hear coaches yell, get the ball inside, and you can see why. Good things happen when you get the ball into the paint.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint, just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
We've got Zion Williamson. C.J. McCollum is out there with DeJounte Murray. Then there's Trey Murphy, and it's Messi in at the center position. That's the Pelicans 5. Williamson, no good. The Rockets lead by 5. Coach, you spent a lot of time in New Orleans. Coach for them, as a matter of fact. It's a fun stop in the NBA. There's some amazing food in the Big Easy.
Yeah, Brian, I love the city of New Orleans, but when I coached there, it was in the pandemic. All the restaurants were closed. All the entertainment was closed. We couldn't enjoy the jazz or the food.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
For 3, McCollum knocks it down from distance. McCollum's got 11.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Van Vliet against McCollum. Pass to Şengün. Outside, Green. Back to Şengün from behind the arc. The Pelicans pull it in.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Murray, no good.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Van Vliet finds Şengün. Out to Thompson. 5 on the clock. Over Murray. The Rockets again can't hit.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, you just couldn't get it done.
Hits the trifecta.
Over the years, Murray has continued to embrace a bigger role on offense. He's got so much confidence right now.
Oh, Green with a strong take.
Shades of George Gervin right there. With the defense looming, the timing to flip it up with the finger roll.
Thompson outside. All right, for those just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second.
The defense does just enough to alter that shot.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
BA, Fred VanVleet said, I've been a leader on pretty much every team that I've ever played for. I'm a leader in life. It's just something you either have or you don't. Something you got to work at. Some guys will gravitate towards it, and some won't. Brian, is it that simple?
Well, I think most of his teammates value what he has to say, for sure. Here's Green. The flush. Jalen Green.
What hops from Green, going up high and taking it right to the hoop.
Here's Williamson. Yes, and it's Murray picking up the assist. Williamson's got his third bucket of the night.
Well, he can beat you in a lot of ways. Very challenging to defend.
And, Coach, you look at DeJounte Murray, a 6'5", do-it-all guard.
Well, Brian, he's got the size and quickness to defend either backcourt position. Offensively, he's best with the ball in his hands, but he has developed his spot-up game to help the team.
Murray from outside. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got 5 rebounds in the game. Green, the pass to Thompson. And he misses again, now 0 for 3. The Pelicans trail. Williamson with a screen on Green. Murray for 3. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got 5 rebounds in the game. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
The deep 3 from Murray. They grab their own miss. Here's Misi. Kicks it out to Williamson. Murray from outside. Murray can't get that one to fall.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
New Orleans is shooting around 39%. They'd like to get that higher. He takes it in, and it's Murray finishing it off.
Boy, Murray eats up ground in a hurry. You blink, and suddenly he's at the rim.
McCollum against VanVleet, and he finishes. That makes him 4 out of 5.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Pass to McCollum. Here's the 3. He can't get it to go. And we're through the first half of play here in what's been a good one. It's Houston up by 2. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. All right, they're thinking about this shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one, as both teams trying to gain an edge. Well, you know, C.J. McCollum has been really making an impact here, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Kicking off the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. We've got Aaron Holiday, Smith out there with Steven Adams. Then there's Whitmore, and it's Eason in at the 3 spot. Alvarado with it. He's picked up by Eason. Over to the left wing. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
You can really see their confidence growing as this game has gone on. They have reason to believe now.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
Pass to Boston. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Drills it from deep.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Holiday. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have a guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure.
The shot by Boston, no good. The Rockets trail. Smith outside. Left side, Eason. Pass to Whitmore. And he comes up with a bucket. And the Rockets lead by 1.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
Alvarado outside. He drops it from range. Alvarado's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Defensively, gotta close out a little faster. That's a look he'll make with regularity.
And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you.
You know, there's so much to like about Herb Jones. It's hard to know where to start with this guy, Coach.
Well, Brian, I think I know where it starts. It starts with him being an all-defensive caliber defender, one of the best in the league. But then lately, he's been so efficient from three-point range, and his overall efficiency at the offensive end has gone way up. He's become a complete player.
Takes it inside. The shot by Boston, no good. The Rockets have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. It's Eason with the jam.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
Alvarado outside. The 3. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. The Rockets have gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Eason. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Nice persistence on the glass. Whitmore using his athleticism right there.
Here's Boston. Nails it from beyond the arc. Boston's got 6 points in the quarter.
They are unconscious from outside. And so far, the defense has had no answer.
Look, when the 3 is falling like this, there's not a whole lot you can do defensively.
Some consider Adams to be the strongest player in the league. He never backs down from a physical challenge.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here.
For Houston, Steven Adams at the line for 2.
Second free throw, no good. New Orleans has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Alvarado, the pass to Jones. Back to Alvarado. Pass to Olynyk. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. Puts up a deep 3. Pelicans keep it alive. Here's Boston. Ooh, the turnaround jumper. Count it. Boston's got 8. Rockets trail by 3. Holiday surveying the floor to the inside. Adams. And the rebound goes to the Pelicans. If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Olynyk for 3. Adams grabs the miss. The Rockets have gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Here's Whitmore, and he jams it home with authority.
An impressive athlete. This rookie Whitmore loves getting inside and hammering it home.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Olynyk with a screen on Adams. Count it. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Oh, a nice one-handed slam right there.
And once he gets to the rim, it's fairly automatic.
Nothing fancy right there. Just takes his 2 points, moves on. We've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. It's New Orleans up by 1. And we're just moments away from the start of quarter number 4. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist to the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. We've got Trey Murphy. DeJounte Murray is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then there's Zion Williamson. And it's Misi in at the center position. That's the Pelicans 5. Here's Van Vliet. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Williamson with a screen on Green. The drive by Murray. Oh, Brooks with the steal. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. And they take the lead. All right, let's take a look at the energy stats. How the hustle game has been going for the Rockets.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play. Running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
Outside for Brooks. Thompson with a screen. Brooks, the pass to Thompson. Back to Brooks. And here's Van Vliet. Pass to Brooks. The 3 is up. Van Vliet misses. And the Pelicans shooting around 44%. Not bad. Final quarter of play. About a minute and a half off the clock. They set the pick. Out to McCollum. From the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 6 rebounds here tonight. To the paint. Thompson. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. Van Vliet's got 3 assists in the game. Murray inside. Green covering. Off the mark there with a 3.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Brooks, the pass to Şengün. Brooks outside. Back to Şengün. Outside for Green. 3-pointer, Brooks. The Pelicans pull it in. Williamson's got 4 rebounds now. Murray from outside. Pure from 3-point range.
Unselfish play there by Zion. Moving the ball to another shooter.
Houston has gone 1 for 3 in the 4th quarter from range. Pass to Şengün. On the wing, Thompson. From 8 feet away. Basket's good.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
And so McCollum will bring it up for New Orleans. They trail by 1. Outside Murray. Williamson with it. McCollum looking it over. Back to Williamson. And again, it's New Orleans with a 3.
This is the guy Williamson wants to be for his team, the player they can count on in the clutch moments.
Oh, they get a hand on it. The kick out to Van Vliet. Pass to Şengün. Soft touch off the glass.
And that was the right decision. When you're in need of a bucket, you go to your most trusted guys.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
Throws it up high. The elevation from Green.
Absolutely fearless. Green takes the big shot like it's any other bucket.
Pass to Murray. From deep. And again, it's New Orleans with a 3.
And with confidence, Murray stepping up at a crucial point in this game.
Van Vliet against McCollum. Outside for Brooks. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena. Whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
And the free throw, no good. Here's Green. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. He sinks the clutch free throw.
Oh, as big a free throw as you can make. Now they need a stop to send it to OT.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. McCollum drives in. Count it!
Well, McCollum just so competitive. He never gives up on the play or his team. And this is so critical. They now have to score every trip up the floor.
Yeah, they need everything to break their way at this point if they're going to rally back.
And here's Murray. And so it's the Pelicans who come out on top here. What a performance they had here at home today.
I'll tell you what, these are the ones that are so nice to win and so tough to lose. I love being on the edge of my seat, never knowing what would happen next.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
CJ,
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy.
This could be a battle won in the trenches. Each team with a formidable front court.
Yeah, both these teams are loaded with a lot of skill down low. Kind of old school. Should be a physical contest.
Now Sacramento starting five. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Monk is out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the five. Now Murray. And he drops it in from the low post.
Even inside and against contact, Murray stays flexible and gets to his finish.
LaVine feeling it out a bit. Tipped away. And stolen by Williamson. McCollum left side. Williamson with a screen for McCollum. His first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
Nice persistence on the glass. Sabonis understanding how to use his body and length, too.
Murray against McCollum. And GA, what you have to admire about C.J. McCollum is he is the consummate pro.
Yeah, at this stage of his career, he's the adult in the room, and he's grown into a connector on the floor while still being that professional scorer.
Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Now, Williamson. After the missed three from Malik Monk. Murray against Monk. Murray, the pass to Williamson. 5 on the clock. On the wing, Murray. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
Murray works extremely hard on his game and has put in a lot of time trying to become one of the more consistent players from long range.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Here's McCollum, following the score by DeMar DeRozan.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
The Pelicans have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Murray, good.
A bigger point guard is 6'4". Murray has no issue scoring inside.
LaVine, a screen on McCollum. Monk kicks to LaVine. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Pelicans leading by 3. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Olreans. David.
Kevin, the Pelicans are putting the ball in Zion Williamson's hands. He said, I'm just playing chess within the game, seeing how the defense is guarding me. I'm going to pick my spots. My teammates trust me to make the right decision, but they also trust me to be me, and that time is right. Kevin, I'll let you be you.
And I love when you are you, David. Thank you so much. Now here's McCollum. To the wing on the left. And there's the drive. Close the alley-oop. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Sacramento's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. LaVine gets the bucket.
I love it when young players add elements to their game. If Murray can continue to pass like that, he'll be tough to slow down.
To halt the run, and McCollum with the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Monk. Beyond the arc. Another three for Sacramento.
And you gotta love that three-point stroke of Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Here's Levine, and he drives in. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Misi. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Sabonis. Pelicans shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
43 seconds left in the first. Kick out to Levine. Wide open look. Again, Sacramento.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 6.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open three, that's the key to efficient offense.
Up top, Monk. He has 5. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. He has 7.
And it's clear that Monk knows his role. He's out there to score and wants to do plenty of it.
And here's McCollum. Murray for 3. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And a good game so far as we can. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
They are playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
On the floor for Sacramento, the post pair forward will be Murray and Sabonis. Levine is out there with Malik Monk, and it's DeRozan in at small forward. Now here's DeRozan. No good from 11 feet. Now the Pelicans have lost in the first round GA of the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years.
And with how good the West is right now, they knew they couldn't stand pat. They felt the urgency to make some changes this offseason in order to take the next step.
Here's Monk, and stolen by Murray. Right there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. And he's got his first chance at the line here. And Greg, remember, in DeJounte Murray's rookie year, he played in the Western Conference Finals.
Murray was the youngest player in that series, playing 20 minutes a game, competing against the KD Steph Warriors. How about that for a welcome to the NBA?
Now Murray, after Zion Williamson missed from long range. And Levine, here we go. And then Levine with the jam.
Check out Levine getting artful at the rim, leaving the defense just completely clueless of how to stop it.
Takes it inside.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Pass to Murray. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper. Murray's got the lead up to 3 now for the Kings.
Flexing his accuracy, defenses have to be aware of where Murray is at all times on the perimeter.
McCollum kicks to Murray. Out left to the wing. McCollum outside. Just 5 on the clock. Murray with it. Now guarded by DeRozan. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And stolen by Murray. Got it for his 4th field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
McCollum against Monk. Pass to Sabonis. A 3-ball. Got a piece of it. Here's Misi. Defended by Sabonis. Misi's shot is good.
He's gotten so good at finding the open man. Murray does it again.
Levine against Murray. Nice one there from Levine. Levine's got 4 this quarter. Richard, how do you think the game has changed since you retired?
Well, the jump shooting teams have had more success. I think the game has changed, and it allows for more Europeans. It allows for it to be more of a global game. The less physical, the more inclusive.
Now Monk, following the three-point attempt by DeJounte Murray. Back to Sabonis. And slam dunk by Sabonis.
Love to see Sabonis get dominant like this. Defense has no chance to interfere.
Murray down low. Monk defending. Outside Levine. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. DeRozan's shot is off.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Hits the three-point bomb.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now, here's Monk. 7 points in the game. Levine dishes to DeRozan. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now in the later stages of his career, Greg, DeMar DeRozan continues to be a master from the mid-range.
Kevin, we all know he loves that area of the floor. And what makes him so effective, the footwork. He's so good at backing guys down and creating space to get that jumper off.
I'm going to tell you this. Defensively, you cannot let a streak shooter get a groove. And right now, Zach LaVine, he is on fire.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Murray for 3. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Monk for 3. Pelicans with the rebound. It's McCollum on the wing. Monk defending. McCollum with the screen on Monk. Into the lane. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understands.
At the buzzer!
That is how you finish it.
How about that shot to beat the clock? That one covered some distance.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Give me a beat. All right, they're measuring up the shot.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
We've got Kelly Olynyk. He's out there with Jones. And it's Boston in at shooting guard. And that's the group for Willie Green as we begin the second half. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
You got to blow the whistle when it's that obvious. Great call there by the official.
Ellis, the pass to Crowder. Softly drops in the floater. Crowder's got his first points in this one.
The floater is so tough to defend against. Nothing defenders can really do but shake their heads.
Back to Alvarado. Misses the 3.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Pass to LaRavia. Now here's Valanciunas. Guarded closer.
B.J. Boston. First personal foul. First team foul.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And that one, good. And it's an 8-point Kings lead.
Yeah, the keep it simple method. Good decision to use the bounce pass just to get it there.
And taken away by Ellis. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
For Sacramento, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And he makes both free throws.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Will it go? And it's Laravia with the rebound.
Sometimes it's more about what the defense is doing. On that possession, they were all over him on the perimeter.
Here's Lyles. Drains the three-pointer. Lyles got the lead up to 13 now for Sacramento.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
How about dueling from long range, just going at each other?
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three.
Ellis outside. Just 5 to shoot. To Lyles. It's over Olynyk, and the Kings check on 2 more.
Assisted by Ellis.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Alvarado. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Sacramento leading by 12. Here's Laravia. Still yet to score. This one for 3. Rebound by Olynyk. The Pelicans have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming off the locker at the break. Alvarado passes to Boston. Back to Alvarado. From outside the arc. Boston, no good. And here now the Kings. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Lyles kicks to Crowder. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. That shot, no good.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
And here's Valanciunas. He'll bring it up for the Kings. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. And New Orleans pushing it up now. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Kings leading now by 12. Kicks it out to Ellis. Pass to Laravia. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Laravia's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Alvarado passes to Jones. The 3 sinks the three-pointer.
We'll come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Ellis, the pass to Valanciunas. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And with how he can operate on the block and shoot, Valanciunas is a tough matchup for most centers.
Sacramento shoot their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. And the Hornets going with a whole new group out there.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Crowder against Murray. From downtown, gets the three-pointer to fall. Murray's got 12 in the game.
With how tonight has played out, keep giving it to Murray because it's paying off.
Ellis against McCollum. Valanciunas sets a screen for Ellis. Offensive rebound. The kick out to Crowder. Three-pointer. Sacramento again missing. Here's Williamson. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening.
Defensive foul. Jake Laravia.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and so it's Sacramento in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And timeout called by Willie Green. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Guys, here's what Willie Green was doing in reviewing the plan with his team. Now, he asked for one thing, intensity. He said, I need you to crank it up to 11 out there. That's how we turn it around. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. On the court right now for the Kings, DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Malik Monk out there with Zach LaVine. And it's Sabonis in at the center, locking down the middle. LaVine passes to Monk. And a little luck that time, but it drops. And that's now 9 points for Malik Monk.
And Monk is a good shooter from the mid-range. He's only going to get better the more he looks to shoot from there.
McCollum finds Murray. From past the arc. Williamson outside. Rebound by the Kings. Sabonis has got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Outside DeRozan. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. Murray for three. Again, the miss by Murray. Kings leading now by 9. Outside, Sabonis.
New Orleans foul. Misi. First personal foul. First team foul.
Releases. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. And it's an 11-point Kings lead.
It is not easy trying to defend Sabonis because, look, he's got a number of shots to choose from.
McCollum outside. Murray a screen on LaVine. Murray kicks to McCollum. Shot clock at 6. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Such a talented passer at his position. Sabonis is all about making winning plays.
And Williamson throws it down.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Monk outside. And another three for Sacramento.
The man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go on to the next. You gotta at least show a little heart out here.
And once the acceleration from Murray hits you, he's gone.
Monk against McCollum. Tries it from 19. Will not go. This is off the front eye. Pelicans trail by 13 from the arc. 4 for 9 from the floor with that miss.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Here's DeRozan. And the Kings check on 2 more.
It's just the athleticism of DeMar DeRozan on full display. He's just like a gazelle in the open floor.
Murray from deep three-point territory. Sacramento grabs the miss. Outside, LaVine. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
Now, I understand that shot didn't go down, but they will take that look every trip down the floor.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Sacramento.
Not only did they shoot the ball better, but they had more assists.
Yeah, I thought the passing in terms of finding the open man gave them the higher percentage shots. The ball movement was key for the win.
And we watched him all night long. No one could really stop him. Just another excellent game it was for Zach LaVine.
He really managed to shine on both ends of the floor, finding lots of opportunities to affect the game and make an impact.
Here's Sacramento now. They're on a 14-4 run. Messi grabs the rebound. The Pelicans shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. And again, no good by New Orleans. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now here's Murray. Fires from deep. And he's good on the three ball.
Now look, he is a solid distributor. Murray is gifted at finding his teammates pretty much in any spot on the floor.
Monk for three. No good on that one. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Jacks up a three. And another three for New Orleans. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win. And all right, David, thanks so much. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Alongside Richard.
popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Zach LaVine out there with Malik Monk. And it's Sabonis in at the 5 down low. Now here's Van Vliet. Şengün, a screen on Monk. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keegan Murray. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Green with the ball. It's rebounded by Sabonis. And so Sabonis will bring it up for the Kings. And DeRozan with the basket on the assist by Sabonis.
You look at DeRozan and how efficient he is as a scorer. It's about body control, concentration, and he does it even against the best of defense.
And it's hammered home by Green.
Ball distribution was there. I mean, outstanding work all the way around.
Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift, and that's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
You see there, Thompson does a good job of sneaking into the lane and finishing.
Pass to LaVine. Back to Monk. Outside LaVine. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
First personal foul.
After years of finishing at the bottom of the West, things are looking up for the Rockets, Clark.
You know, B.A., they've done a really good job of drafting and developing players. That combination can allow you to move forward. And along with signing complementary veterans, that adds to the mix as well. And they've done a nice job. And they've got future draft capital, too. So the Rockets are certainly on the rise.
Ooh, poked away. And out of bounds. The Rockets will take it.
With the ball.
The Rockets have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Here's Brooks. Şengün. It's good on the putback.
That is what Şengün brings this team, the ability to turn misses into makes, doing the dirty work down low.
Now here's Monk. Over Van Vliet. And it's Monk missing.
Good shot, gone bad. Gotta finish there.
And the slam dunk by Thompson.
And man, does Thompson glide down the court with ease. Outstanding at finishing and transition.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, Brian, the Rockets showing improvement. Head coach Ime Udoka said, quote, when you rely on your young guys, you're constantly trying to instill habits that'll carry them for the rest of their careers. It's mistakes and tendencies you have to try to break continually. Just staying positive. We see glimpses of how close we can be.
All right, Allie, thanks for that. Now here's Van Vliet. And the 3 off target. Here's Monk. Rebounded by Green. And so it's Green who brings up the ball for the Rockets. They trail by 1.
Outstanding defensive instincts by Sabonis. Really good timing when to rise up to reject shots.
Brooks softly drops in the floater.
There's a touch of artistry to the floater. Takes feel as much as skill.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played.
That's exactly why you can't give Monk a lane to the bucket. I mean, he explodes towards the rim to throw it down with real vigor.
Here's Van Vliet. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Monk's gotten his 2nd bucket of the game.
Monk, a nice finisher around the basket now, using his quickness to get past defenders on the drive.
Van Vliet against LaVine. It's Monk on the wing. Back to Levine. The three. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. The Rockets have got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Outside, Green. Pass to Thompson. 4-3. Rebound by Sacramento. DeRozan outside. Outside Murray. From deep. Here's Monk. With the drive. And that one drops for him. Monk's got 6 points.
He does not lack for confidence. He shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Sacramento on top. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Kings?
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
And, you know, in no time at all, they've also started finding points inside, already taking apart that interior defense.
Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Thompson out there with Alperon Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. And the basket by Monk.
Nothing quite as good as seeing Monk shoot that 3 ball. I mean, fantastic at measuring those long-range shots up and knocking them down.
Here's Van Vliet. Zach LaVine clears it away. Sacramento leading by 4. Will grant the Kings one of those up-and-coming teams that are knocking at the door.
Yeah, they have some stars, PA. They have some great role players, too. Part of their problem is they're in the Western Conference. It's so hard to just make the play-in tournament in that conference.
Here's Van Vliet. And the layup falls. He has 6.
Keeping the game simple. Van Vliet just working the defense and taking what he sees there.
LaVine against Green. Monk for 3. And it's good. Credit LaVine with the assist.
Their guards have carried the offensive load. With the way they've performed, they've got the green light to shoot whenever there's an opening.
Here's Green. Green takes it to the rack.
Jalen Green has some serious hop. Yes, he does.
The Kings have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Van Vliet against Monk. Good, and that makes him 6 for 9. A quality game for him so far.
Now, when this guy catches fire, Monk puts the defense in a real bind. Excels at getting to his spots and is a really versatile scorer.
Sacramento leading by 8. LaVine with it, and it's Şengün picking him up. LaVine against Green. LaVine, good. LaVine's got 9.
Their offense is looking like a well-oiled machine, getting any look they want.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Monk against Van Vliet. Sabonis with a screen on Van Vliet. Sabonis outside. Back to Monk. Clock at 6. Outside for LaVine. The three-pointer is good from LaVine. And the elite bigs today can score posting and facing up, Clark. Can all those options make it hard to decide which way to attack?
Well, I agree with you there. And
hey, how about
big
that?
time right there. Big time. Once he takes flight, Green can make some incredible moves in the air.
Murray, a screen on Green. Here's LaVine. And the dunk by LaVine.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
And, you know, not enough help from the defense there to compensate. He gets a clean look, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
Sacramento leading by 11. Here's DeRozan. Thompson pulls it in. Van Vliet with it. Now guarded by Monk. Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. Tries the spin move. Converts after the nice spin.
Love when Şengün looks to score, especially from the interior.
For Sacramento, they've gone 7 for 8 now in the second quarter. Outside Levine. Pass to Monk. Oh, and the jam by Levine.
That's the sauce right there. I mean, every night, Levine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest.
Van Vliet scanning the floor. Fires in the triple. Van Vliet's got 9 points.
Defensively, there was a lack of aggressiveness, and it really made it easy for him to knock that shot down.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Murray, a screen on Brooks. The open shot, DeRozan. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Boy, this is exactly DeRozan's role. He's a natural-born scorer, and he does it in a lot of different ways.
Here's Van Vliet. Rebound by Sacramento. DeRozan outside. Over Green. Oh, at the buzzer! Wow!
I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
I agree. I mean, and to have the composure to lock in and get off a shot he feels confident about, that's good work.
And so it's Sacramento, now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They put in work down low, getting in close and scoring in bunches. We'll be right back after this word. Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Yeah, tonight, he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
Yeah, you know what, guys? They gave him too many free runs to the hoop in the first half. I think they've got to be a lot tougher on him. Body him up, be physical with him.
Taking a look at Sacramento, they've got Jay Crowder, Jonas Valanciunas out there with Trey Lyles. And it's LaRavia in at the small forward. Crowder against Eason.
What's the screen?
Crowder outside. Three-pointer, no good. Rockets trail by 12. Man, the Kings have held tough. But it seems like the West has gotten tougher, Grant.
Well, what's the saying? If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And the Kings have to find that next level.
For three, Smith. Rebound by Sacramento. Here's Lyles. Fires for three. Sends it home from three-point land. Lyles has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. And so Holiday will bring it up for Houston.
Hey, yo, right here.
There's the steal. Now the Kings in transition.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now, forcing turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
Holiday looking for an opening. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
That's a costly error. Let's see how they bounce back.
Well, you know what? Their wounds are self-inflicted. I mean, you've got to play much smarter than that.
Here's Ellis. He's covered by Holiday. From the arc. Crowder outside. Five to shoot. Back to Valanciunas. Second chance shot. Here's Lyles. Oh, persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Lyles has got 7.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Right side, Holiday. Driving inside, and Holiday powers it home.
It's like he's doing pull-ups on the rim.
Looked like a schoolyard playground right there.
He's lucky to get away with that, though, guys. I mean, it could have earned him a technical for hanging on too long.
Now Valanciunas. No points yet. Here's Ellis. Pass to Laravia for three. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Just great positioning to get the rebound, then get it back up.
Rockets trail by 19. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock.
2 minutes.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Ryan, Jabari Smith Jr. is making some serious strides, and Coach Ime Udoka praised him and said his all-around game, his confidence, great defensive versatility. He's starting to handle and make plays for others. Shooting is a huge asset for him, but we want him to post up and find his mid-range shots as well, where he can rise up over guys. Brian?
He is certainly one to watch, Allie. Thank you. Ellis passes to Valanciunas. And he converts the layup. Valanciunas has gotten his second bucket.
And check out how in sync Valanciunas is with the ball handler. They've clearly practiced that move plenty of times.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Outside Holiday. 1:11 left in the third. Again, Holiday missing. Here's Ellis. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Lyles a screen. Ellis passes to Lyles. Just 5 to shoot. That one goes in.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Well, he only plays one way, and that's full throttle, all day, all the time, cold-blooded and lethal.
Eason finds Holiday. There's the three. Again, Holiday missing. And it's a Kings ball. They've got a 13-2 run going. Pass to Lyles. From outside the arc. Knocks down the long J. Lyles has got 12 points in the game.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Here's Holiday. That one goes. Count it.
I like that. Punch it inside. You usually end up with a good shot and or get fouled.
Here's Ellis. Over Holiday. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's the Sacramento Kings. A huge 24-point lead for them. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Dylan Brooks is out there with Thompson, and it's Şengün in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Thompson attacking. Tries again. And there's a nice layup by Şengün.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Down low. Here's Sabonis. Outside for Levine. Back to Sabonis. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Thompson. The layup misses.
He's as surprised as we are. Most nights that bucket is automatic.
Levine with a screen on Van Vliet. Long for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Green. Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. And Şengün throw it down.
How about the bounceability of Şengün getting himself way up there?
Van Vliet against Monk. Over Van Vliet. Drops one in from the wing.
and just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on.
The Kings lead by 22. Outside Levine. On the wing, DeRozan. He shoots. Outside Monk. Here's Levine for three. He gets it. He's 7 for 8 and really going at him out there.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident too. As a matter of fact, I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
Well, Van Vliet likes to work up close and personal at the basket, always ready to take it inside.
Come get it.
Monk against Van Vliet. And here's Monk. And he's going for the oop here. And Levine throws it down.
Highlight reel material for sure. The defender falls asleep, and Levine turns out the light.
Here's Brooks. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Monk for three. It's hauled in by Houston. Şengün's got 7 rebounds in the game. Van Vliet, the pass to Thompson. Back to Van Vliet. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. And that one drops.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Kings.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And what a huge performance it was for Zach LaVine.
So impressed with his performance today. He was confident, he was composed, and the defense just didn't know how to adjust.
Here's LaVine. The offensive rebound. Sabonis. No luck. They battled on the glass, but they couldn't knock it down. Pass to Şengün. Driving to the basket. And Şengün throw it down. Here's Monk. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. Releases. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Yeah, they blocked out the noise, blocked out the distractions, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I'll tell you something, I mean, you get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what. And they got it done.
Just let the clock run out.
Hey, it's time to celebrate.
Van Vliet against Monk. Shot clock at 6. The 3 ball. No luck on that one. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent.
basketball fans, you've got it on 2. And the starting lineup for the Pelicans. Zion Williamson is out there with Trey Murphy. Then there's DeJounte Murray. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Misi in at the 5. And for Houston, at the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Alperen Sengun out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Eason in at the 3, the small forward. Here we are, Brent, looking at this game tonight. Both of these teams certainly get after it on the defensive end.
Well, I'm touching your suit here, Kevin, and it looks like you got shoulder pads in there. You're going to need that. This game's going to be a grinder. It's going to be physical. These guys are going to bump each other around, and they play hard-nosed defense. So I would expect this game to not rise up in terms of the scoring column. We'll see who's tougher tonight.
McCollum with the ball. Off target from outside.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Green with a screen on McCollum. Van Vliet kicks to Green to the left wing. Here's Sengun. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Thompson for 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with Ime Udoka.
Now, he's concerned about a lot of things, but in particular, he's worried about how to deal with DeJounte Murray. Coach said he's an opportunist in transition. Everybody's got to get back after a miss, or he'll eat us alive. Sounds like the same thing we've heard from other coaches. Guys?
Thank you, David. Here's Green, following the score by DeJounte Murray. Green dishes to Thompson. And it's Williamson with the rebound.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he laid straight up and in.
GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Wow, here's Van Vliet. It's deflected. And here we go. Fast break. Williamson's got it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, looks like Zion's got the stage all to himself there, just tearing down the rim.
Here's Green. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
Finished the season last year around 80% from the stripe.
Now here's McCollum. Murray outside. There's the 3. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Well, Murray's got the range. It's the consistency he's looking for.
Van Vliet looking around. Pelicans with the rebound. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Here's Williamson. Green with the rebound. Rockets trail by 3. Count that one from Van Vliet.
And terrific hustle from Van Vliet in transition, getting up court fast to finish the fast break.
McCollum with the ball, picked up by Van Vliet.
2 minutes.
Murray sets a screen for McCollum.
2 minutes.
Trains the 19-footer.
C.J. McCollum.
And here is Van Vliet. If we're going to talk about, the craftiest players, Brent, in the NBA, where would you rank C.J. McCollum?
CJ is one of my favorite guards in the league to watch. This guy is not overpowering physically, Kevin, but his efficiency and the way that he is so smooth on getting to his scoring zones is something that I don't think we appreciate enough.
Murray finds McCollum. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Van Vliet. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. Here's Williamson. And Williamson throws it down.
And some pinball action out there as defenders just bouncing off of Williamson on that play.
Van Vliet against McCollum. Van Vliet passes to Sengun. Off target with his three. Pelicans leading by 3. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
Here's Eason. Nothing on the board. Pass to Thompson. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other.
And Brent, the Pelicans swept in the first round last year by the Thunder, and that Zion injury was very unfortunate and very untimely.
Oh, man, that was crushing. Williamson had 40 points in that play-in game, playing his best basketball, and then hurt very late in that contest. They really missed him, obviously, against OKC, and just bad luck for New Orleans last year.
Van Vliet goes back up. And no problem from Eason as he finishes at the rim.
Hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
A 3 from McCollum, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
At the guard positions, Van Vliet and Green. Thompson is out there with Tari Eason. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Rockets. It's rebounded by Houston.
Pretty lax defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances if he can't bury those kind of jumpers.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Olreans.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpe's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA, totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. It's 2-on-1. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williamson.
The ball.
Rockets trail by 3. Van Vliet outside. Thompson, a screen on McCollum. To the paint, and stolen by Williamson. It's stolen by Green. Pass to Şengün. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. It's hauled in by DeJounte Murray. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for New Orleans. Nothing offensively yet from them in the second quarter. Rocket shooting not great, 40% for the game. But we're talking about DeJounte Murray now. And Brent, what do you like most about his game?
Well, I like the tenacity that DeJounte brings to a game. I really feel like he ramps himself up for the biggest moments and wants to make the plays at the end of the game, whether that's scoring the basketball, passing the basketball, but really overriding that is defensively, wanting to be disruptive. So when you get a guy that competes at that high a level, that's what makes DeJounte Murray such an intriguing two-way player.
And here's Thompson following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. And Şengün throws it down.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Latrey, and McCollum is good for 3. McCollum's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pelicans.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
Van Vliet passes to Şengün. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got 3 assists in the game.
Good passing in the paint, maybe even more important to an offense then great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
Here's the triple. Thompson with the rebound.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Green finds Van Vliet. Şengün inside. He's guarded by McCollum. Şengün no good. New Orleans leading by 3. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. McCollum with the screen on Eason. McCollum outside, 6 to shoot. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Blocking foul called on DeJounte Murray. Second personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Van Vliet. Pass to Green. Kicks it out to Van Vliet.
The aggressiveness from McCollum there was nice. Not known as a big-time defender, but anticipating where he needed to be, and that affected the shot.
And Şengün with the basket on the assist by Thompson. Şengün's got 8 points in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Here's McCollum. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 3.
Now CJ operating like a surgeon out there tonight.
Outside, Green. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Green's got 5 points so far.
That kind of looks like a predictable shot, one that they want. The defense has to prevent the ball from getting into that sweet spot.
It's good.
CJ has always had that uncanny ability to just land on his feet, kind of like a cat. He absorbs that contact and completes the play. So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
CJ McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for New Orleans. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Runs. They're thinking about the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You know, C.J. McCollum has been exceptional here, guys.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Tipping off the second half, here's Willie Green's foul. They've got Herbert Jones, and it's Alvarado in at the point guard position. Now here is Holiday. Back to Adams. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Fires the 3, and that one's good. Boston. Boston's got the lead up to 8 now for the Pelicans. Holiday looking for an opening. Adams sets the pick for Holiday. Pass to Adams, and it's blocked. Here's Boston. Jones with the screen on Smith. Robinson Earl the pass to Jones. And Bray, you've seen the way the game has grown over the years. The skill level of the league is higher than ever.
The talent level, Kevin, that is on display on a nightly basis in this league is staggering. But a lot of kids out there watching what's going on are going to push this game even further. How exciting is that?
Now here's Brooks. He has yet to score. To the inside. And Adams gets to Holiday. Drops one in from the wing.
I just don't think they want him taking that kind of shot again. His teammates are just laughing, shaking their heads there on the bench.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Pass to Boston. They set the pick. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from deep. Cans it from downtown. Boston's got 6 here in this quarter.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Smith for 3. Boston grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Pass to Alvarado. New Orleans needs to get off a shot.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Adams sets the pick for Holiday. Down low. Adams' shot is off.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Pelicans leading by 11. Smith with some nice D. Rockets have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Holiday gets the bucket.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Olreans.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. Brooks setting the pick for Smith. A three-pointer off the mark. New Orleans has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Jones, the pass to Alvarado. Launches a 3. Headshot off. Gets trailed by 9. And it's Smith, top of the key. Out to Brooks. Poked loose. It's stolen by Alvarado. There's the lob to the hoop. Stolen by Brooks. It's blocked. They get it back. Beyond the arc. Eyes yet again. And it's Adams hitting it to go. Adams has got his first basket.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
Here's Alvarado. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Pass to Whitmore. Adams with it, and it's blocked. He got it up. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. The third quarter comes to a close. Pelican. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. At the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Tari Easton is out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Şengün in at center. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Rockets trail by 12. Van Vliet outside. Got a hand on it. Now Murray. Williamson outside. Pass to Misi. 6 on the shot clock. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. VanVleet's a strong finisher for his size.
And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got the lead up to 14 now for New Orleans.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping things.
Good.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
McCollum outside. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
Now here's VanVleet. Puts it up from 7. VanVleet can't get that one to fall. Murray against Green. No good on the 3. Rockets trail by 14. To the middle and stolen by Williamson. Now here's McCollum. And stolen by Eason. Inside and stolen by Murray. It's McCollum on the wing. That's in there. Murray with the assist. McCollum's got 22 points. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for New Orleans.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game and get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And all game long, they've been finding blocks. Their focus on strong rim protection has helped stifle the opposing team's offense.
McCollum with the ball. Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Confidence is sensational, and it feels like no one is going to stop him tonight from scoring.
Şengün with a wide-open look. The three-pointer no good.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Pelicans.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for C.J. McCollum.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Thompson converts after the nice spin.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
And stolen by Eason. Here's Green. Here's Thompson. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. Murray kicks to McCollum. The Rockets pull it in. There's 37 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Pass to Messi. Kicks it out to Williamson. Three-pointer. Knocks down the three ball.
Murphy.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, the defender all over.
First team foul.
First free throw is good.
The line for Houston. Alfred Şengün. Taking 2 shots.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. So we see the Pelicans taking the W here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll
And looking at these two teams. attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
All right, let's take a look at New Orleans' starting lineup. Zion Williamson out there with Trey Murphy. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then it's Murray. And it's Misi in at the center position, locking down the middle.
And few sights are more impressive than Zion taking flight and absolutely annihilating the rim.
It's deflected. McCollum outside. Picked by Williamson. McCollum finds Williamson. Going inside. Throws it down. And the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's on Keegan Murray. Zion Williamson seems intent on silencing all the doubters moving forward, Graham.
Yeah, B.A., he's not taking any more questions about conditioning. His physicality and play really answered that question now. He has been looking better than ever. Come on now, guys. That's flat out insane.
Hey, when's the last time you saw a jam like that? Monk against Murray. Right wing. The three connects from downtown.
Over the years, Murray has continued to embrace a bigger role on offense. He's got so much confidence right now.
They set the pick. Pass to Levine. Takes the three. Misi grabs the board.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Murray's shot is good.
And Murray is a taller guard, meaning he's capable of doing some damage on the inside.
DeRozan deciding where to go with it. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Murray against Monk. McCollum on the wing. Launches it. Oh, and Levine with a block.
I mean, great anticipation by Levine, managing to get his hand on the ball.
Murray against Williamson. Here he goes. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark.
Now, you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
Now here's McCollum. Back to Murray. They set the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Again, the Pelicans good for 2.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
Monk with it. And there's the drive. No, stopping him there. Jams it in. And coach doesn't like the call at all. He's opting to use his challenge. He wants the officials to look at the replay.
First personal foul. First team foul.
People were worried that this would slow the action down.
The play will be reviewed.
Challenge policy in 2019.
You know, one thing this does for a coach is let his players know he's got their back. If they're adamant that the call was wrong, he'll back them up and make the refs take another look. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry.
Here's Misi. And that one is stuffed right through.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
The Pelicans lead by 6. Stan, after his 12-year playing career, Willie Green has made a seamless transition into coaching.
Yeah, first of all, Willie Green is a person of very high character. Second, Brian, he consciously started preparing himself to coach while he was still playing and then he was able to work on great staffs under great coaches, and now he's an outstanding head coach in his own right.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Zion Williamson is a one-of-one. His teammate C.J. McCollum told him, your ceiling is unlike anything the NBA has ever seen, but it's up to you to take full advantage of whatever it is. You can be as good as you want to be. This game will go where you take it. Brian?
You know, Allie, at his best, he is unstoppable.
Man, that was fast. They're already up by double digits.
An incredible play on both ends of the floor. There may be too big of a gap here.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Here's McCollum. Sacramento getting their last shot to go. To the inside. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
Yeah, it's not difficult to figure out why they built this lead. They have been dominating.
There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. Monk against McCollum. Monk passes to Levine. DeRozan outside. Pass to Monk. Let's go with a three. Drills it from deep. Monk's got 13 now.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And so it's New Orleans closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Getting lots of... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the Pelicans so far?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
The duo inside, it's Murray and Sabonis. Malik Monk is out there with Zach LaVine, and it's DeRozan in at small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. And so McCollum will bring it up for New Orleans. They've led by as much as 10. Williamson outside. They get the rebound. Here's Misi, and the layup is good off the glass. Give him 8.
Have to take care of the defensive boards better than that.
Yeah, they need to pay attention to the details. Second chance points are backbreaking.
That one's good. Sabonis.
It's so important to have confidence in your shot. There, Sabonis showing plenty of it and knocking it down.
LaVine against McCollum. All sorts of time. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Well, if you give him that shot again, I'm willing to bet he nails it, especially with that lack of defensive effort.
And LaVine knocks down the 3. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defense is disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
The Pelicans lead by 4. Outside Murray. No good. Great D that time from Murray. Sacramento has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Kept alive. It's Monk on the wing. Sabonis, the pass to Monk. 6 to shoot. Back to Sabonis. No good on the 3. For New Orleans, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to go in. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. New Orleans shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
At the line for the Pelicans.
And the first one at the line is good.
2 shots.
He does not get the second one. Kings trail by 5. Here's LaVine. And LaVine throws it down.
You have to love how persistent LaVine is inside, enduring the contact and finding his shot.
McCollum outside, launches a 3, sinks it from distance. McCollum's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Well, one of the sharpest players off the floor, C.J. McCollum.
Well, Brian, he also did a great job as president of the Players Union, and he's great on his podcast, too.
I'm sure he'll be doing games with you soon enough after his playing career.
Yeah, I just hope he's not taking my job.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
And it's the Pelicans with the ball. 6-point lead. Murray's shot is good. Murray's got 9.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
And the basket by Monk.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
The Pelicans lead by 6. Picked by Murray. Here's McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
Not only a perimeter player, McCollum can go inside.
Monk, and they'll get another chance. Outside Murray. Second shot opportunity. They get it again. Here's Sabonis. Well, it was only a matter of time before they finally get the bucket.
Making the most of that possession. Unwilling to give up on the play.
McCollum against Levine. Right side Murray. Shot clock at 5. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. Snatched up. McCollum with a screen on Monk. Murray for 3, and the three-pointer goes. 12 points for him.
They keep calling his number. Murray is still hot.
Levine passes to Sabonis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Outside Murray. Inside. And stolen by Williamson. He's got a clear path. Here's McCollum. And McCollum slams it in.
Good defensive reflexes from Zion. Sees a chance to force a turnover and turns it into a fast break.
Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Levine against Murray. Oh, Levine! Pretty.
A strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. McCollum against Levine. And there's the foul. It's on Zach Levine. That's his first foul of the game.
Third team. Substituting on the court.
8 seconds left in the first half of this game. Here's Boston. Offline with a 3. And so it's New Orleans with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Malik Monk really making a difference here.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
So for New Orleans right now, they've got Jose Alvarado. Kelly Olynyk is out there with Herb Jones. And it's Boston in at the 2 guard. On target from range. Ellis has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Pelicans are still developing their on-court chemistry. Coach Willie Green said this group is still pretty young in terms of being on the floor together. We're starting to figure it out. We just have to stay committed and continue to be elite on both ends of the floor, and it starts with our defense. B.A.?
They've really got something, Allie. Thanks. Crowder pass to Arabia. Crowder Controls the rebound and the putback.
He really gets in perfect position for the follow. Just a terrific read.
New Orleans leading by 8. Pass to Boston. Jones with a screen on Crowder. Back to Alvarado. Shot clock at 6. And it's blocked. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Ellis.
New Orleans ball.
Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Shot clock at 2. It's good.
BJ Boston.
And the Pelicans lead by 10.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for him.
Kept alive. Pass to LaRavia. Here's Ellis. The 3 is up. Nails it from 3. LaRavia's got his first 3 points of the game.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants to review the game plan.
Once again, Kings fans, for your Sacramento Kings.
Here's Alvarado. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Pass to Boston. And growing up in California, Stan, when did you first fall in love with the game of basketball?
Well, Brian, my dad coached for a long time, and I just remember going to his practices and going to his games. I can't remember a time where I didn't love the game.
Crowder goes in. Here's Ellis. Back to Crowder. Just 4 to shoot. Over Jones. And it's Crowder missing.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Pass to Alvarado. Olynyk with a screen on Crowder. Back to Olynyk. Knocked loose. Here's Boston. Fires the 3. Hits the 3-pointer.
BJ Boston.
Boston's got 5.
3.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
Here's Ellis. Alvarado defending. Crowder inside. Pass to LaRavia. And stolen by Jones. And it's the Pelicans on the break. There's a minute 34 left in the third quarter. Olynyk for 3. Drops in the 3. Olynyk's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Counted.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
A minute 6 left in the third quarter. Alvarado, the pass to Boston. Clock at 6. Back to Alvarado. 3-pointer. Crowder grabs the miss.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. Make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
I mean, with his height and size, stopping Valanciunas just isn't an option sometimes. What a jam.
Got a piece of it. Alvarado, the pass to Jones. Back to Alvarado. Pass to Jones. And he drives in. Rebound by Sacramento. Here's Ellis. And slammed it home. And the foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's going to go on Kelly Olynyk.
Oh, wait. Big finish. Big time. And man, did they need that.
You can tell he's trying to get him going with that dunk.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Fires from deep. Hits the trifecta. Olynyk's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
And that does it for the third quarter. Both teams clicking offensively as we approach the fourth. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Yeah, that's high-level playmaking. He makes it look easy, but it's not.
Malik Monk.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. DeRozan and Murray in at the forward spots. Zach LaVine out there with Malik Monk. And it's Sabonis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Can't sleep on McCollum, not even for a second, because that's when he strikes.
DeRozan outside. The putback. Misi grabs the board. The Pelicans lead by 12. And Murray launches it from deep. The rebound by Murray. And the Kings shooting it with confidence. 54% so far. And here's Sabonis outside. Got a hand on it. And they're able to recover. Second chance effort. Out of bounds. New Orleans will have it. One minute in now in the fourth quarter. McCollum looking it over. Oh, wow! Zion! Mercy!
Yeah, and Williamson is an explosive athlete, remarkable at finishing off alley-oops.
Outside Monk. And he throws it down with one hand.
And he brings this game a little closer using a huge one-hand slam.
That's a great way to get your team back into it. Pass to McCollum. Kicks it out to Williamson. McCollum against LaVine. The turnaround jumper. McCollum's shot is off. Kings trail by 12. McCollum with a steal. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Three-pointer. Here's Misi. Out to McCollum. Murray passes to McCollum. Shoots over Monk. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Williamson. So much power from Williamson.
He has such an impressive night for Zion. He has the ability.
Outside Monk. Knocks down the triple. Monk's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
Williamson outside. Takes a 3. DeRozan with the rebound.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for him that time.
Monk for 3. Misi grabs the board. Misi's got 5 rebounds tonight. On the take. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Pelicans lead by 13.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible. Look, he's doing what he can to try to keep them afloat offensively, continuing to stay aggressive.
And that is the sweet spot for Murray's J, the in-between area there.
Monk for 3. It's hauled in by Zion Williamson. New Orleans leading by 13. Pass to Murray. The 3 is up. And out of bounds. The Kings will take it.
Kings ball.
Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. DeRozan, left side. Zion Williamson grabs the miss. And so Murray will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Here's Misi. No good on the triple.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it. Well, with a comeback out of range, we can put a bow on this one. good performance for the Pelicans.
One area where they set themselves apart today, their aggressiveness in getting steals.
It really hindered their opponent all game long. And, of course, it helped spark their own offense.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Zion Williamson.
And he found a way to leave his mark on every facet of the game. His activity and energy were huge factors.
Here's Levine. Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
Williamson left side. Jacks up a three. The rebound by Murray. And so here's Sacramento. A 12-point game. Here's Levine. And Levine throws it down. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
So New Orleans takes this one by a large margin. Boy, a nice win on the road. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce.
one has been about the impact of the backcourt.
And that's where it all starts. When you have a confident and competent backcourt, it just opens up a lot of things for you offensively.
A look at the opening lineup for the Houston Rockets. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1. Now, here's Monk. And there's Levine on the assist by Monk. Levine's got the opening basket of the game for the Kings. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. And Thompson kicks to Van Vliet. Thompson, a screen on Monk. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Now, here's Monk. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Here's Şengün. Here in the first, a little over a minute played so far. Şengün with the screen for Thompson. Another shot, and the layup falls.
We see this night in and night out. Thompson uses his size and elevation to make tough shots in the paint.
Now, here's Monk. On its way from DeRozan for 2. Fred VanVleet grabs the miss.
Oh, man, that's definitely one he'd like back. Almost too wide open.
And VanVleet, not the same scorer he once was, Richard, but he has improved his playmaking.
And that's the adjustment that VanVleet needed to make. The scoring doesn't always have to be there for him. But if he can set up, facilitate, and be a game manager, he'll find a large role.
Stolen by VanVleet. Outside, Green. Thompson surveying the floor. Kicks it out to VanVleet. 5 on the clock. Banked in off the glass.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. VanVleet's a strong finisher for his size.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Guys, I did have a chance to talk with the head coach of the Kings. I asked him how they plan on bottling up Jalen Green. Now, he said we have to try and stay in front of him and protect the rim. Jalen is an explosive athlete and an incredibly crafty finisher around the basket, so keeping him out of the paint will be easy. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, David. Here's VanVleet after the Kings pick up 2. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down. For Sacramento, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Levine for 3, a shot missing. Monk against VanVleet. Out to Brooks. Pass to Şengün. Now, here's Thompson. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
It helps that Thompson can score with either hand close to the bucket. Defenders can't force him to one side or the other. Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. RJ, the Rockets don't just have young talent. They have elite young talent.
Yeah, you can have all the high draft picks in the world. That doesn't mean you're going to hit on the right guys. But Houston, they certainly have.
Kicks it out to VanVleet. Here's Şengün. That 3 off the mark. Kings have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Murray outside. On the wing, Levine. Fires for 3. Nailed from three-point land. Levine's got 5 minutes.
And you got to appreciate just the presence of mind there. Monk demonstrating solid court awareness by finding the open man.
Now here's Van Vliet. It's good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Monk attacking. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. 6 points for him.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? Well, when he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Van Vliet against Monk. Van Vliet with the bucket.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
And Levine launches it from deep. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
It leads to some easy buckets, and I think it's given them control of the pace in this one.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. At the guard positions, Van Vliet and Green. Dylan Brooks out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5. Roaming the paint. Greg, what's the key thing Fred Van Vliet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Thompson misses.
I thought he had that all sewn up, but somehow the defense just threw him off.
Levine with it. Out defended by Şengün. Sabonis, the pass to DeRozan. And here is Murray. Monk finds Levine. 5 to shoot. There's Sabonis. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
You have to know where Sabonis is. Really box him out. He's so good on the offensive glass.
Levine against Green. Sabonis grabs the board. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. In the corner, it's Monk. Red ball movement here by the Kings. Murray for 3. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 4 rebounds in this game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And with his movement skills, Thompson routinely catches defenders out of position.
And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for Sacramento.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And you can't turn it over against this team. That's a recipe for disaster, and we're seeing the results of that.
Brooks with it. Out guarded by Murray. Şengün kicks to Van Vliet. Green in the post. Sabonis is there. Now, here's Şengün. Guarded by Levine. Şengün with the bucket. Richard, we've seen how far basketball has evolved from 10 years ago, to 5 years ago to now. What is it looking like when you go ahead 5 or 10 years?
I think in 5 to 10 years, we're going to see more and more centers that are just so skilled. Taller players, more Kevin Durant's. You're going to see more Wemby's. You're going to see more Chet Holmgrens because they're not just putting the tall guy underneath the basket. They're giving him the ball and teaching him how to run pick and roll now.
Greg, give us one word to describe Domantas Sabonis on the offensive end.
Kevin, I guess I'd say dominant, but then when he scratches the surface, the way Sabonis drops dimes, hits shots, and controls the glass, dominant just doesn't even really begin to say enough.
Sacramento with the ball. Following the score by Houston.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight, neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Now that one from Van Vliet.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Monk against Van Vliet. And Malik Monk hits from deep. Monk's got 9.
And you gotta love that 3-point stroke
love Monk. I mean, he's got such a high arcing shot there. It gives it a good chance to go in from deep.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 10. From deep three-point land, from beyond the arc, and then some. Van Vliet's got the game tied up here for Houston.
And the stroke of Van Vliet is so nice, proving once again why he's so valuable to this team.
For three, Murray bangs home the trifecta. Murray's got his first 3 points of the game.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Levine. He has 7. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Van Vliet. Count that as his 7th field goal, 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
And Van Vliet's got quick hands and even more hustle. That's the combination you need for a one-man fast break.
Van Vliet against Monk. DeRozan on the wing. Monk right side. Just 5 to shoot. Monk with a screen on Brooks. It's over Van Vliet. And again, it's Sacramento converted.
DeRozan has every shot, but that mid-range, yeah, that's his bread and butter.
Here's Van Vliet. And the wide open shot from Green. No good from outside. Levine deciding where to go with it. Good if it goes. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Kings lead by 3. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Fred Van Vliet has been sensational.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Trey Lyles out there with Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Ellis. Then it's Jay Crowder. And it's LaRavia in at the small forward position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento. Here's Valanciunas. And it's Valanciunas finishing it off.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Free throw, good, Holiday.
2 shots.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Kings leading now by 4. Here's Ellis. Carries it down low.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, taking it right to the rim. One imagines that might be discussed at halftime. That's going to be on the film.
Holiday finds Adams. Whitmore up top. Still scoreless. Shot is good off the back rim and in.
An old school shot from Whitmore. There is still some value in that mid-range.
Ellis against Holiday. Ellis outside. Sinks the triple. Ellis has got the lead up to 7 now for the Kings.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Here's Holiday. Adams right side. Outside Holiday. And he banks in the lane.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Crowder, a screen on Holiday. It's stolen by Adams. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. Good on the bucket. Now just a 3-point Kings lead.
Oh, how about the vision from Smith? You have to know not just where, but when to deliver the ball.
Crowder sets a screen for Ellis to the paint. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Line for your Kings, Jay Crowder.
That one is no good. Rockets trail by 4. Here's Eason. Scoreless thus far. Smith sets the pick for Holiday. Pass to Smith. It's hauled in by the Kings. Lyles passes to Valanciunas. Down low. Here's Ellis. And Ellis throws it down.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher.
Here's Holiday. Whitmore with it. Lock at 6. Pass to Holiday. Off target at the rim. Sacramento leading by 6. To the inside. Ellis digs to Valanciunas. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Knocks it loose. To Lyles. They get it back. Tries again. Takes the 3. And it's Whitmore with the rebound. Rockets trail by 6. We've got 1:08 left here in the third quarter. And Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, man. When Cam Whitmore throws it down, you feel bad for the rim. Clearly a foul.
In a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Sacramento.
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes. Spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And on top of that, they're getting a lot of points off assists. And it's always a good sign when your team is working as a cohesive unit.
Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Ellis. And up the court come the Kings on the break. And Ellis throws it down.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end.
Here's Holiday. And Ellis with the block. They recover it. Adams finds Whitmore. Lets the 3 fly. Drains it from beyond the arc. Whitmore's got 7 points in the game.
Man, those are the kinds of shots that give rookies like Whitmore so much confidence.
Ellis against Holiday. To the wing right side. Ellis outside. Here's Laravia. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And we've reached the end of the third. Kings ahead. Up by 5. Live. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
He'll be proud of that one. Bigs love when their passing skills are noticed.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Thompson is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1 spot. And Van Vliet, here we go. And the shot goes in.
And expect smart plays like that from Van Vliet. He is a clever floor general who knows how to create.
Here's Monk. And then Monk with the dunk.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Van Vliet outside. Pass to Şengün. Rebound by Murray. Sacramento leading by 7. Monk outside. Sabonis. Şengün with the rebound. Şengün's got 5 rebounds tonight. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Rebound by the Kings. Sabonis has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Şengün. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And that's now 6 points for Şengün.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Levine's shot is off.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Van Vliet wide open. Sacramento grabs the miss. Murray's got 4 rebounds in this game. On the wing, Levine, headed by Green. And the jam by Levine.
I don't know where you've been, but everybody else knows that Zach LaVine, this man is an aerial artist. He makes the hardest dunks look so easy.
Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. To the middle, here's Thompson, and Thompson throws it down.
He's got rocket ship-like takeoff. Thompson can flat out fly.
Outside, Levine. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense.
Sacramento ball. At the line.
And so he hits the technical free throw. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. DeRozan's shot is off.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
Love the confidence from Green, showing he's got poise, taking and making big shots.
Van Vliet against Monk. DeRozan a screen on Van Vliet. And DeMar DeRozan the bucket on the assist by Monk. Monk's got 6 assists now in the game.
He finds a shooter in motion and is confident he can threat him with the lead pass. Well done.
Van Vliet attacking. Here's Şengün. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And that's right in his wheelhouse. Looking to make an impact when it counts.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period. That is explosive athleticism by DeRozan. His dunks, oh man, they'll make a rim shake.
They kick it out to Green. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Şengün. Brooks outside. Houston moving it around. 4 on the clock. Here's Green, and the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Sacramento ball.
Kings leading now by 6. Now, here's Monk. Outside, Sabonis. Shoots. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
And it's great to watch Monk share the ball. He's a more than capable passer when his mind is right.
Van Vliet against Monk. Pass to Şengün. Now here's Brooks. He's guarded closely. That shot, no good. Levine against Green. Outside, Levine. Monk sets the screen for Levine. The shot's good. And it's a 10-point Sacramento lead.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
And so it's Sacramento easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. Along with Greg Anthony.